Spooky greetings, code fans. It is October 30th, which is the day before Halloween, and today I thought we would do something different by making the Halloween theme song using the WebAudio API. It's going to be awesome. So first things first, let's watch some movies. So the program Halloween is a movie in which a madman attacks a bunch of young, good-looking people in a thing. Let's look at the trailer for it. Now, this might be a little bit graphic, so watch out. Let's watch part of it, just to get the idea. Ho, 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 ho. Donald Pleasant sure is great. Okay, so you get the idea. Now you might have noticed in going on in the background there was a song do 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 do. So that's the song we're going to try and remake using just JavaScript and the browser. So just so we're clear, let's just play the song itself so we know what it sounds like. So it's got two parts. It's sort of but then also the boom, boom, boom. So we're gonna try to get the keyboard in, and if we have time, we'll also try the boom, boom, boom. So if you can believe it, we're going to do this whole big old darn thing in the browser. It's pretty crazy, so let's give it a shot. Here I am at my code pen. First things first is to make it spooky. We'll give it a title of Halloween Spooktacular and give it some spooky themes. Background color. Let's give it a Halloween-y color, one of which I found before we started, F15802, the spookiest color of all. All right, now that everything's looking professional, let's get started. Even though I'm the author of numerous libraries that use the WebAudio API, I have no idea how we're actually gonna pull this off. This is gonna be pretty different. So first of all, our first goal will be to make some kind of sound. Let's write our goals down here because we have the space. Step one, make some kind of sound. And I know I'm putting a ordered list inside an unordered list. I don't care. I don't play by the rules. I'm the code whisperer. So let's make some kind of sound. How are we going to get started? I guess we'll just look up the docs for the WebAudio API. Audio API, make a sound. La da 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 da. I'm going to just graze over this, copy a little code. Creates an audio context. Right. So first we need to create an audio context. Then within that audio context, we can start making sounds. I think Chrome supports our audio context, so we should be looking good. You can load sounds, but we just want to play a tone. Right, yeah, we have to create sources and buffers. It's gonna be cool. Weird. All right, so this tutorial seems to have information that works. We're just gonna copy what we need from it to get the sounds working. First, let's just copy this context code all together. So we'll put that in JavaScript. I'll make this bigger so we can see what's going on. And then at the end of it, we'll log our context. We want to make sure our context is working. So we're getting an audio context trace. Now, is this really necessary? Can we just skip all this business and just put this context here at the top? Yes. There's no need for this try catch or this event listener or anything. We can just say const context equals new audio context, and we're all set. So we have this audio context. This is the environment in which our sound's going to be playing. So we have to get it to make a sound. So what do we want to do? We want to create a new source and a destination, and we want to give it, some kind of sound. We don't want to load a sound. We want to make some music. Kick time, snare time, play sound, change volume. We want to change the tone. Web audio API play tone. So we have our context, then we just have to define a new oscillator. Of course. Will this work? I want to say maybe. It works. Listen to our oscillator go. I'm actually going to stop it. So that's cool. And so if we change this value, it changes our tone. So that's pretty cool. We've made a sound with the WebAudio API. Now we just need to figure out how to do whatever with it. All right, so our brilliant program, which we totally wrote ourselves and then just copy off of snippets from the web, just makes a boop sound. So next thing, we want to make it make a distinct boop sound, so we can composite that sound into boop 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 boop. Yes, this is how a professional coder relays ideas, by making a boop sound. Boop 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 boop. All right, so step 2, make a short boop sound with a tone. All right, let's see what we got here. We can stop the tone with 0. Interesting. So here's instructions on how to make a keyboard. Doesn't seem to make music though. The Web API never works like it's supposed to. So every time we want to make a new note, we have to make a new oscillator, have it play, then have it stop. So let's make a function, const play note equals a method with the note's frequency and duration. And we'll just say oscillator create oscillator. And we'll also put a callback here. I don't know if we're going to need it, but we're just going to have a callback there. And then we'll say oscillator.start 0 and oscillator.end 0.1. So I just make a short boop, and we'll call play note. And it just keeps going because end isn't a function. It should be stop. Cool. So we got a boop. One more time. So we'll give frequency a default of 200 and a default of 0.1. Then we'll put in these values here. So we have this nicely composited function. So as you can see, the duration is how long the note should last before it stops. You kind of tell it all in advance because the WebAudio API is incredibly weird, but it's like, smart people designed it, and so this is kind of how it has to be. So that's my excuse, and that's what we're going to say. So we're going to have it play a note, and it's going to have a frequency of 350 and a duration of 0.3 or 0.4. That's fine. Cool, that actually sounds right. It actually sounds like the right note. Boop, 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 boop. So what if we have it play two notes at the same time? Cool, cool. So it plays them both together at the same time. That means we'll probably be able to get our whoomp sound in the background. But for now, we need to figure out how to make these notes play one after the other. So the easiest thing to do would be to have this return a promise that finishes when the note is done. Overall, I can't see the harm in it, so let's give it a try. Return new promise. Good, thank you. And we'll say, okay, stop playing notes now. That's great, but stop. And so we'll say set time out, and we'll call resolve after the duration. So with any luck, we can say plain note dot then, and then we can call plain note again with a different value. And it works. So let's put a button here that actually makes it happen. Button, let's call the button play. Okay, stop playing notes, please. And so when you play, it'll be on click equals play, and we'll define a play function, window.play equals bum, and here's where we'll put a plain note thing in. Now another weird thing, I think that set timeout is actually in milliseconds, whereas duration is in seconds. So we want to multiply our duration here by 1,000, I think, in our set timeout. Now if we press play, we should hear two statistic notes, boop boop. Instead, nothing. Is on click with a small c? Man, I hate on click. Is play even running? Nothing seems to happen when we call play note. What if we just call play note here in the code without the button? Nothing. Now we don't hear anything. .log playing. Why don't we hear our note now? It's playing the note, then it's stopping. What if we just get rid of this dot and then? Weird, now we're not getting any sound. Maybe if we refresh the page. Is our audio working at all? Let's go back to this and see if it plays. Nothing here either. What's going on here? Why isn't it working? Is it because of the scoping and the errors getting caught by the promise? All right, let's put a log at the end of this note playing. So we're seeing our notes played message at the right time. It's just we're not hearing our music. That's so weird. Maybe the audio API doesn't play when you click a button because of the event kind of sourcing nature of it. I know there's an issue on mobile. Cool, so it works when you write the code, but not when you click it. let's see. Web audio not working on click. What is the trickiness here? So, okay. It does not play the audio if the context starts on this click. Let's restart. Yeah, so it's got the context. Context is set. Now we play. Boop, boop. No. But it says playing, the oscillator just doesn't want to work. Okay, whatever. We're just going to ignore the button and just make it happen on code. So that doesn't sound right. It's all happening way too fast. Let's make this note, each of these notes last for 2 seconds. The first one plays, but the second one doesn't. Let's put a log when the promise resolves. Ah, stop it. Oh, this is so annoying. I didn't realize this would be so annoying. I guess we're going to have to figure out how to get this button to work before we keep going. It's like it's capturing the play event right from the click. I don't see why it wouldn't work, at least especially not for the first play note, because that's just all happening in the same thread. Web audio not starting on click event. Calls play note, but then it doesn't work. So we'll .log playing note, and we'll log the context. Is the context still existent at this point? Yes, it has the context. It's making the context. It's starting it, just nothing is happening. Let's get rid of everything but this first play note and this return. And make sure the frequency and duration is valid. So we should be hearing a note right here. We hear a note if we just call play in the script, but not when we click it, and the internet does not seem concerned with our issues. Maybe I'll just call play note without any arguments? No. I'm going to leave those arguments. It's not playing any sound. Everything is working except the note itself. It says it's playing note, but it's just not playing the note. Halloween theme song. Is this guy doing anything special? Is he using click at all? Why is there no note being played? Let's try putting all this in a set timeout. Now will it work when I click this? No. Will it work when I call it from the source? Yes. Why? Why doesn't it play when I click? Is it focusing on the wrong window? Is there some kind of window, internal window thingy we're going here? All right, here's a plan. Let's take all this and we're gonna open a about blank by making a new tab and calling about blank. Now let's just paste this whole damn thing into the Chrome developer tools. And let's call play through here. Okay, it works. Can we call play through here? Because it has the same window. Yeah, it's like some kind of focus type thing. What are we gonna do then? Just doesn't want to work in CodePen. Audio doesn't want to work. All right, so the play button just isn't going to work. We're just going to have to deal with it and deal with the notes that are playing intermittently. So next thing we want to do is we're going to want to get it to play two notes after the other. Boop, boop. So we have our code here for it to play two consecutive notes, but how is it going to sound? I'll just get rid of the set timeout. It's not doing anything for us. So it should be two distinct notes. Why? Why isn't it two notes? Let's just put a 5,000 seconds in between them. How does that sound? $5,000, and then the second one doesn't play? Good God, what have we done? Yeah, when it says the second playing note, it just doesn't play. Let's try this again in our about blank to see if it's a CodePen problem. No. No, it's not. It doesn't play in this thing either. Something about setting a timeout. Like the code's the exact same. It's just calling the same code twice, calling play note twice. The first time it works, the second time it doesn't work. Let's put the exact same arguments in. 350, 0.1. It should be boop, boop. No, nothing. There was some kind of trick to this, to getting it to work. But what is it? Web audio oscillator not playing. Do we need multiple contexts? We're making a new oscillator every time. Right, okay. So basically, I think it doesn't want us using this set timeout thing. It wants us to define all the oscillators at the beginning, but offset their start and stop times. This is going to be some serious fudgery, but this looks like this is the only way the Web Audio API is even going to work. So let's get rid of this, and we'll change the plain note frequency. We'll call it a notes array. Then we'll say for each, let note in notes, and we'll make these arguments equal to the note. So now we're passing an argument, an array to this function, and it's all going to happen synchronously, basically whenever we load the page. And so we'll pass it an array of these notes. And so we'll say frequency is 350, duration is 0.1. So now when it loads, it should play. For each is not defined. For each is not defined, but it doesn't say for each anymore. It says for each with a where's for each? Am I saying for each wrong? Have I been doing too much C#? All right, let's just change the kind of loop. Notes.for each note. Man, that's got to be right. That's definitely going to loop. CodePen is glitchy today. I'm going to refresh the page. Doesn't even want to load. What if we get rid of this last play? That's whack. What if we just get rid of this? Will it load now? No, we just broke our CodePen. It doesn't want to work. All right, looks like we're gonna have to eject from CodePen and just use the terminal. So we got the terminal here, and we're just gonna use it best we can to complete our goal. So here's the code from CodePen, the original code. So if we call play unexpected token equals Right, that's not quite right. We want to say const. Put a const there. Now I gotta refresh it every time. Okay, cool. So it plays our little beep only once. So in our terminal, first let's just sort of change this so if there is a context, we won't make it again or something. That's not gonna work. Yeah, we just gotta define the context itself in a separate line of code. So a constant new audio context. Now we can call this code again and again as many times as we want. Except plain note is already declared. Oh boy, this ain't gonna be easy. Can we just say var? Can we just make this easier for all? Let's say var plain note. Right, refresh. First we'll define our context, then we'll say plain note. And now it doesn't seem to be playing any notes. So it works if we describe them all at the same time, but if we define our audio context and then run this code, nothing. So it's like the audio context has to exist each time, which doesn't really make sense. All right, let's just try to put the context here at the top in our code loop. Will this run again if we just erase all the JavaScript? Yes, something about the JavaScript was not making the code pen happy. We gotta go back to the code pen. Writing this in the terminal just isn't working. I gotta say a const here. This is just making it crash. Hey, all right. So for some reason now it's working, even though it can only make a certain number of audio contexts. Once you play it 6 times, it just stops working. Which makes sense. Audio contexts aren't supposed to be recreated in this manner. God even knows why they are. Put a const there so it works. Alright, basically we get 6 tries at this without figuring out what the heck is wrong with audio context. So that's good enough. Every 6 times we'll just refresh the page. I'm sorry about this, everybody. It's the WebAudio API. It's some bull, some big old bull. So for each of these notes, we're going to start and then stop. We're going to keep track of the duration of all the previous notes so that we can kind of have an oscillating boop, 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 boop. So we'll say let note time accrued equals 0, and you will stop playing while I'm coding. And we'll say note time accrued plus equals duration. Then it will start 0 plus note time accrued, and it will stop at note time accrued. So it should go one after the other. And now we'll add a second one. So it should be boop, boop. Make it a bit different tone so we can hear it. Only hearing the first note. Why is that? we just make them longer? Maybe they're just happening too quickly. Let's log this. Does that log accrued time? Note time accrued. So you should see this number go up. Only seeing it once? Okay, here's the problem. I passed it 2 arrays. It should be 1 array. Just like that. Yeah, that's better. Now we got 2 notes. All right, that's good. That's good. Let's put this accrued time after it plays its first thing, so the first one starts right away. Then we'll change these back to, let's say, 0.4. Nice, listen to it go. Human music. I like it. You can see here when music plays, you see this little logo here at the top where this thing is. That's just because the WebAudio API has so many crazy rules that it needs to do that. So this is sounding all right. Next, we need some way to say don't play anything. We need a command to make it hesitate. So let's just try making the frequency 0, and then we'll say if frequency equals 0, then just skip all this code. So say if it doesn't equal 0, then we'll run all this. And otherwise, we'll just add the duration to the accrued. Otherwise, we won't play anything. So it'll give us kind of a pause in between this. So we can say 0, let's just make these all 0, 5. And we should hear 2 notes separated by a pause. Nice! So it works. It's beeping, it's booping, it's chiming, it's diming. Now we've got to make it do the Halloween theme song. So we have our notes, we have our pauses. Now we can put the first part of the song in. Boop, 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 boop. So first of all, we have to figure out what that first note is. I guess we're just going to do it by ear and use a little bit of science if we have to. So let's go back to the theme song and listen to it. .com. Halloween song loop. Let's go from the beginning. So it's the do sound. Is that 350? Let's see. Do. Do. All right, let's look up the musical note frequency so we can actually have the note. So here's a chart of all the frequencies. Let's see, what's the first note in the Halloween song? Let's see how this guy is playing it.
Hey everyone, it's Ariel. I wanted to make a piece, and there's not too many.
All right, she says it's a high F sharp, which should be $740. $740. So what happens when we put it as 740? Sounds good to me. Boop 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 boop. Boop 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 boop. Does that sound right to you? It doesn't sound right to me. How is she playing it?
With C sharp, no, C flat right here.
C flat, not F sharp, C flat, then an F sharp. Good, good. So where's our high C sharp? 554.37. Good. So now it's do, do. Now let's see if the F sharp that's just below it makes the right sound. F sharp. Looks like that's 370. Let's play it. Oh yeah, that's for sure the first two notes. So let's change this duration so it plays a lot faster. Let's say const dur equals 0.1. Do do do. Is that not sounding right? It's sounding right to me. Boop, 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 boop. So let's try putting another one here with no pause. Is that how it goes? Do, 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 no pause. Needs a tiny pause. Let's just put in the normal pause. Nice! So this plays twice at the beginning. Let's copy that. Needs a little pause here. You gotta admit, it's when you get it working, it's freaking cool. So that's good. So it's do 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 do. So we need one more note. It feels like it's just half a note above our C sharp, which would make it a D. 587.33. Let's give that a shot as the next one. So we'll give it a 0, then a 587.33. It works. It works. Do 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 do. So I think that's it. I think that's the whole loop. And then another do 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 do. Throw that on in. And let's see how that sounds. Now it's getting kind of hard to read, so let's just hope it works right. Do 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 do. So we want this here. Do do do, and then two of these little bodies. Do 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 do. And so another block of this, and then one block, if I'm not mistaken, with just two. Do do. So that should be pretty good. And the last one. Do 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 do. There's one more high one. This one should be higher, not 5.4, but 587. Ba bo bo. All right, so it sort of changes a bit. It goes down half a step. So let's see, is that next note just half a step down from 554? If it is, we'll write it in. If not, we might just skip it. So there's 554. And what's half a step lower than 554? 523.25. So let's try that. 523.25. Let's see how that sounds. Looks good to me. Doop. And then so let's try this one as half a step down from 370. What is half a step down from 370? 349.23. Does that sound right? Great. So that's it. So let's just finish it up. Let's just write in the rest of the notes. Do do do. So there should be 2 of those. Do 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 do. And then a note here that's half a step down from our usual 587. What's half a step down from 587? Just a C? Just a note we were using before. 554.37. Yeah, just the same one. 554.37. And of course, you could use math and stuff to figure what these are, but it's actually tricky and involves a lot of math.power to actually get these numbers. And I don't know how to do that, so we're just doing it like this. Now, does this sound right? Does this sound good? Great. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, 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 boop. That sound good? Let's see. Boop, boop. And that's all we need. We need one more beep boop. And that's it. That's looking good. So let's hear our Halloween theme song in its entirety. And actually, it needs one more note here at the end just to sound right. All right, folks, so unfortunately, we won't be adding in the second bwomp, 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 though I encourage you to give that a shot yourself. We ran into too many problems with the WebAudio API, and so it took us a bit longer than I thought to get this far. But, as always, our code along has been a rousing success. When we press the button, it does play the theme song from Halloween. So good work, good coding, and we will end today by listening to the song that we created. Don't forget to subscribe and check out the link below for some cool stuff. Happy Halloween, everyone.